Fiesta. This is our Fiesta drop necklace at $91.98, and this one is just fun. All I can say is it is fun. This has a combination. I think it's sort of like a little bit of country, a little bit of rock and roll, a little vintage, little modern. We took, if you look closely, we'll go through it. So if you look closely, actually I have it on in the gold right here. You have these little marquee shaped stones. It's going to be easier on the bust, but you have these little marquee shaped stones in between the bezel set stones. And they're frisky. They move. They do move. They're not designed to be stationary. It's different from the by the yard. It's different from the sparkler necklaces, which are set into the chain. These actually dangle and they move. And when you put them on, you simply hold the chain up so you see all the stones facing the right way, and then you just set it down on your neck. It is 18 inches plus a 2-inch extender. And let me show you here on the bust because it is easier to see. There are these stations. They're little marquee stations, and they each have 2 small stones in them. So there's one. Here's another one right here, number 2. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 stations of these double stones, 2 little tiny round points in each one. So that's the more vintage kind of look. And then in between, we kind of brighten it and cheer it up and make it a little bit more party-like, and we add the bezel set stones. So here you can see the bezels that surround those individual little pieces. So you have 9 bezel set moving stones, the largest of which is in the middle. They are all about the same size except for the large one. This is 2 carats and 8 points, 2.08. So let's just say a little over 2 carats. It's on a simple, pretty little chain, 18 inches plus the 2-inch extender. I extended it all the way down so that I could wear it lower on this particular neck, which doesn't want to sit straight on me for some crazy reason. There we go. But it's just a nice, happy little necklace. You could wear it with a long herringbone, a long rope chain, move it up to the 18 inches, then take a 24 and maybe a 30 and do an entire suite. I mean, they call it a neck frenzy or a neck mess rather than a necklace. And they're just happy little stones that move around and sparkle. And the back is beautifully set. You can actually, when I flip this over, you can see the back. The stone is transparent. You can see through it. It's not solid back, so that it allows light to pass through and make it just kind of a happy, you know, moving little chorus line kind of a party. And it's just very pretty. It sparkles beautifully in candlelight. Now, this is something that you could wear if you were going to a wedding or you're the mother of the bride, mother of the groom. I know Christine out there is getting very excited about her big event coming up in the spring. This could be the ideal necklace. And, you know, the rehearsal dinner the next day, if you have breakfast for the out-of-towners, this is something you could wear all the time. It's also nice for travel. You might just put on that very simple V-neck sweater and a pair of slacks, and what a nice necklace to wear. And maybe you want to hike it up and wear it a little bit shorter. You have to make sure that you get all your little guys in a row. So once you have them straight, they're fine. If you throw it in a bag and twist them up, you just have to shake it out so that they untwist. But they are so sweet and pretty, and it's 2.07 carats, 2 carats and just a little extra. So I guess the big decision is whether it's the silver or the gold, because it is tough, but there's a vintage quality to this one. I don't see it as modern as the By the Yard. I don't see it quite as modern as the Sparkler, which is similar. It's just a matter of which one do you like. If you're someone who likes that little bit of that vintage look, that little, you know, they're talking now that this huge trend is to go back to retro. The stores that sell beautiful clothing that was very popular back in the 50s and 60s, where you could pick up something by Courrèges, you could pick up something by designers who were long, long, long gone, and you know, the long flowing dresses, those really cute little prints that they're showing. This is the sort of, I think, necklace you'd wear. It's a little bit Gilded Age, you know, if you've seen that fabulous show. Oh, the clothing and the jewelry for breakfast, For breakfast, she's got a $5 million chain on. You gotta be kidding. My goodness. Can you imagine having to get dressed for breakfast and then change for tea and then get formal for dinner, and all the hoopla around all those dresses and crinolines and corsets? And I was never meant for that timeline. Never. I would have liked the jewelry, but I was certainly not meant for all that restrictive clothing and having to change 19 times a day. I'm good with putting on my tennis clothes in the morning and pretty much hanging out with those, but I do like the jewelry, like to put on the pretty pieces. So the gold seems to be the front runner right now. This one is J431659 at $91.98. All right.